Like this stuff over here definitely feels volcanic. So, options. Galapagos Islands again, which would just be the biggest bait ever. Other options. Madagascar. Or like maybe around Kilimanjaro. I'm actually gonna go for Galapagos here. Hello everyone, it is Zigzag here and welcome back to another Geoguessr video. Today we are playing Geoguessr on steroids. Beautiful, diverse and difficult. This was suggested by Cabo from Texas, a viewer, so thank you very much. And I'm looking at it, it's got 250,000 locations, so I wonder how this guy has picked them. But it should be very fun, and I dare say that we are going to see some interesting rounds if this description is correct. Before I get into it, just letting you know, as I have been recently, that we're on 816 out of 1,000 required subs for monetization on the channel, so if you want to support me so I can start earning money for making these, then go ahead and hit subscribe. But I say we get straight into this map and see what's going on. We're going to be playing no moving. I think I'll put it on a minute per round just so it keeps it moving. And let's see, my first ever round on Geoguessr on steroids. And okay, so first things first, we do have an interesting location here. This should be in Greenland. This looks like the Nuuk car. And yes, this architecture is all very Greenlandic for sure. So we've got the ocean out to the south there. We've got mountains over kind of to the east as well. So that should check out, I reckon, Nuuk, yeah. So we should be like somewhere around here. Just with like a little harbor. We've got like we're like on a turn or something like this. But I'm not going to try and 5k. I'm happy just with the city here. And yeah, 2.3 kilometers away here is the bend we were on. So that makes sense actually, because we could see a bit of water to our east. Anyway, so that's a good start, and we already have a nice score going into round 2 here. Okay, so interesting. We've got bollards here. Are those ones? I think this is Baltic. I think this is a Baltic nation. Also, like these kind of like trees with like the orangest trunks, often quite common in the Baltic countries. I think I don't know what species they are or whatever, but I think these might be Estonian bollards. I think they might be Estonian bollards, and I'm thinking if the guy is like choosing interesting locations and stuff, might he put them on the Estonian islands out here? So that is kind of my thought at the moment. Also kind of looks like Lithuania, but I think it's an Estonian bollard. I do think so. So in terms of islands, maybe he'll choose like the most far out. That's kind of what I think he might do here. And okay, yeah, we are on one of the islands, 100 kilometers away, so we get another good score, but kind of picked the worst possible spot there. Still decent. Next one, okay. This one is interesting. We have no Google car here whatsoever. Let's check out these cars over here. Okay, we got a taxi. We're driving right-hand side of the road. That's a bollard, I think, but I can't make it out. In terms of the vegetation and everything, we have a lot of cacti, which is interesting. The sun is to the south, so we should be in the northern hemisphere here as well. So let's see the cars. We've got like a Citroen here. Nissan. It's a Nissan. VW. Okay, so interesting. So I'm thinking it's going to be like Canary Islands or like... I mean, I often see a lot of cacti on Sardinia. It's going to be like that or Canary Islands, I think. It's one of the two. It's so dry. Would you get this dry on Sardinia? Maybe. You might. It is hilly as well, so that would fit. I think I'm going to switch to Canary Islands last minute here. Let's see. Yes, it was a good switch. It was a good switch. I just thought probably would not get that dry on Sardinia, and it pays off. We're only 100 kilometers away, so actually a fantastic start to the map here. I think I'm even though this is my first time playing it, I'm kind of clued into the psychology behind it. He's just picked the most interesting places he can. Okay, so this one. No Google car once again, that is interesting. We seem to be driving left-hand side of the road. I mean, this tuk-tuk seems to be overtaking the truck, so I think it is left-hand drive. These guys definitely look subcontinental, thinking Sri Lanka. I'm not sure if these are Sri Lankan poles or not. Ooh, these bollards. I mean, it could still be Indonesia or something, but no, I think the way they're dressed should be subcontinental. And we'd probably see a Google car as well. So yeah, I'm pretty confident with Sri Lanka here. This could be India too, actually. That is the concern. But no, I think it should be Sri Lanka, and it's pretty flat, pretty dry, so maybe thinking a bit north of the center of the country here. Yeah, let's see if we're correct here. And no, it was India. Oh no, it was Bangladesh, right. Actually, that makes a lot of sense. The fact that we didn't have the roof rack and all that was why I didn't even consider it properly, but also it was so dry for Bangladesh, I feel like, but there you go. We were right near Kolkata, and quite far away from Dhaka as Bangladesh standards go. So we lose our points there, unfortunately. And here we are in the final round of game 1. This house kind of looking more Irish to me, but we could still be in Britain as well. But yeah, okay, warning, slow, something, children, something. Yeah, it's all in English, of course. I think it should. This house definitely appears to be more Irish than British to me, so I will go for Ireland. However, it is nice and sunny. Ireland being one of the coldest countries in Europe, definitely. But you know, it's probably just summer. Now this could be, if it was in Britain, it might be in Wales. So I'm just going to guess on the Welsh side. We're going to guess a bit south of Dublin here. We're going to guess near Kilkenny. Let's see if we're correct. And okay, that was in Jersey. So I forgot that he's this crafty map maker. He likes just drawing a like a polygon over. I think when he's making the maps, he just like draws a polygon over like all these islands. So I think now I'll have a better idea of what to do. That's 20,000 points, not bad. Let's see if we can get 20. I'm hoping we can get 21, 22,000 this time. Okay, so let's see what's next up. Ooh. Feeling like North America here, even though it's still blurry. So we got yellow number plates. This is going to be Alaska. Yeah, yellow number plates all around. We've got a huge mountain over here to our east and big mountains to our north as well. As for the west, it's pretty much flat. So let's see if Anchorage fits that. And Anchorage does fit that. We are almost certainly in Anchorage here. We should be... we're pretty close to that mountain over here. Yeah, we're right at the foothills here, so we could be in like this suburb here. Alternatively, we could be up here as well. Let me see now. Yeah, we seem to be right at the edge of the city, so I don't even mind this, I think. And how close are we there? Yeah, we could be like right here, to be honest. Although things kind of end off. Whoa, I was so expecting to be correct there. We're actually over here near Jonu, and we are in Mendenhall Valley. So, right, just happens to have the exact same layout as Anchorage. I mean, one thing that I was thinking during that round was that it kind of looks like more like a smaller town, but Anchorage is still, all things considered, pretty small, and my internet's kind of given out here. But 3,000, we can still make the 20,000 if we nail all the rest of the rounds. This one, probably feeling like a Greek island or something like that. We've got Generation 2. This vegetation almost feels Australian, but these rocks up here certainly don't. And the sun, of course, is to the south, so we're in the Northern Hemisphere. I mean, there's not too much else to say here. I think it should just be on a Greek island, and I'm just going to guess in the middle of the Greek islands. It definitely almost feels like, the kind of rocks definitely feel like this area of the world, so perhaps even one of these islands here. I'm just going to go in the middle just because I feel like that's more likely to be what the map maker would do, but we'll see. And oh, it's in Sicily. I mean, it's in Sardinia, so... Interesting. That's actually not expected for me, but it is Generation 2, so that at least makes sense. But certainly felt like this area of the world more to me, with those rocks on the hill. But still, we get okay points, and the interesting rounds continue. So we've got some birds here. Not sure what kind of bird that would be. We are in Trekker. This appears to be official Google coverage. And we are met with our first very interesting round here. This one I really do not have much of a clue. We should be in the Northern Hemisphere according to the sun. But apart from that, there's not much going on here. Oh, one thing that's striking me is that it could be like Galapagos Islands or something like that. I feel like they do have some big birds over there, like maybe albatrosses. I don't think that's an albatross, but yeah, maybe it could be just like a, I don't know where it would be. We could try like Santiago Island or something like that. Yeah, I'm not really sure here. I couldn't say I'm particularly confident, but that is somewhere I know. Yeah, we're right on the equator, so the sun doesn't necessarily check out. Oh man, other side. I was thinking of northern Brazil as well. I always say that, but you know, I actually was thinking of it, and we were on this tiny island here. It's just like that last fan maps video. We had that strange place, that strange triangle out in the Midway Atoll. But yeah, this one is a similarly oddly shaped island in the middle of nowhere. But I feel like I deserve more than 160 points because that was a good read. Okay, so and another interesting one. This one, this one is interesting. We're definitely like volcanic here. Now this one actually could be the Galapagos as well. Just trying to think. Bit of Trekker. Could it be like Madagascar too, or even? Not really sure. Can we see the sun? The sun is completely obscured by the incredibly white sky here. So vegetation could kind of feel similar, to be honest. But this soil feels volcanic. Like this stuff over here definitely feels volcanic. So options: Galapagos Islands again, which would just be the biggest bait ever. Other options: Madagascar. Or like maybe around Kilimanjaro. Sheesh, we got like cacti in the distance as well. I'm actually gonna go for Galapagos here. Not damn! What are the chances of that, man? And we actually pull it off. That is sick. What are the chances that I guess that, and then the next round we just spawn in right there? So that was on Pinzon Island. And wow, 32 kilometers away. Beautiful guess. Bringing us right back into contention for a decent score here. And we have a lot of red soil here. A very wide blur. Okay, this is interesting for Google coverage. We have white number plates on the back. This guy's got dyed blonde hair. This guy's swagging, to be honest. I like his fit. Yeah, maybe this is around Kilimanjaro. Would it not be insane if this was like near Kilimanjaro? I mean, it's not hilly enough, obviously, but wouldn't it be insane if it was like some weird Tanzania coverage after I mentioned Galapagos? Anyway, I think I'm going to guess Uganda. I think I've seen like this kind of weird like Generation 2 looking camera in Uganda before. But I do think we're in this part of Africa, which is really crazy. I was like, would we have yellow number plates in Uganda? Maybe I will guess south of the border here. I don't know. Yeah, I can't really think of anywhere else. Now, if this ends up being Tanzania, that is insane. Like, that's all I have to say about it. So let's see. And no, this was India. So for whatever reason, I did not pick up that those guys looked Indian. I definitely thought they looked more African. And that was right near Bengaluru, and not a city I've heard of, but clearly a very big one. And we end up with 10,000 points. So I think one more attempt for the video. No real good guesses apart from the Galapagos one this time. And how crazy was that, to be honest? The fact that it was one time on the other side of the continent, and then I nailed it. So final one here. Geoguessr on steroids. We are not looking as good as some of these people, but even the very top score, 18 minutes and 30 seconds. So no one's really ever gone and nailed this map in sub 10 minutes. All right, so final game here. Ooh, so we got the yellow and the white. That's curious. I guess my first thought before we turn around is like a really far north, Finland. So let's check it out. This is definitely really old coverage. That is curious with the white line here. I think this should be Finland. As for the sun, not entirely obvious. Feels like we're probably in the northern hemisphere, and I mean, I can't think of anywhere in the southern hemisphere that this would look like anyway. I guess Canada? I don't think you would see these white lines in Canada, that's the problem. So I think it just has to be somewhere in northern Finland here. And I'm thinking if he would make it northern Finland, he would make it really northern. So why don't we go up here and try our luck there? Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yes, 28 kilometers. That is a fantastic guess. Right near Murmansk, right near these northern towns, and yep, had no idea about the road, but you know, you sometimes get those, and that's all about like the psychology of the map maker. Also, it looked a little hillier, like Finland's a very flat country, and we had a few hills, so I thought as near as possible to Norway. Okay, so next one. Before we turn around here, this looks like Florida. Could be like near Key West. No. I changed my mind. I think it looks like Hawaii. So let's check this out more. Ooh, what's this like line in the road? That's interesting. But no, I do still think this is probably going to be Hawaii, and that would make sense for the map as well. I can't remember what Hawaiian license plates are. I don't think this is Puerto Rico. We would have the antenna, and we don't have any antenna. American flag there? Probably. I think so. I think we have like enough American cars, and we have mountains to the south. So let's get into it. Here is Hawaii, and no, doesn't really fit too well. I'm just trying to find a settlement with mountains to the south, but maybe okay. This island looks more promising. Okay, so yeah, I should have changed over. Oh, it's this island. Okay, so that makes more sense. This is exactly what I was meaning, because I wanted to find a city with significant mountains to the south, but all the islands I checked over here didn't have it. I just forgot about these two islands over here. We were on Kauai Island, and we were in I don't know how to pronounce that, but one of the bigger towns in Hawaii, presumably, and we get good points. Okay, so on to the next round. Ooh, Generation 1. That's not exactly what we like to see. Just looking at this vegetation, it's not entirely obvious to me if this is Australia or the US just yet. So the sun is to the north. We should be in the southern hemisphere, in which case that would mean that we are in Australia here. We have like a palm here as well. That is curious. I guess my first thought was somewhere in like rural Victoria. But yeah, it's not entirely obvious. This is entirely bad quality footage here. This reminds me, yeah, I think this reminds me more of Victoria. I think somewhere out here would make sense. Maybe like, yeah, somewhere near the mountains. Obviously is pretty hilly here. I would not be surprised if we are somewhere in New South Wales as well. Actually, yeah, that palm is really what's making me kind of want to switch my guess to up here, but I'm going to leave it. And okay, that was a good thing we didn't move it. The palm was baiting us. We were in Tasmania, and that's a really cool location, to be honest. And come on, I should have known that it was Tasmania, because this guy is making like only the weirdest locations, and of course Tasmania counts for that, just like you know, just like the Canaries, just like Galapagos. Anyway, we got 3.7k, so pretty good, and we can still get that 20k for sure. This one, okay, Generation 2. Now, I think this one we might be back on Jersey again. That is my first instinct here. Jersey, in terms of hills, yeah, it's pretty flat, and this one, kind of rolling landscape, almost looks like one of the Danish islands or something like that, though. I wonder, could we be on there as well? Just looking at this architecture, rather steep roofs for Britain. So let's take one more look around here. We don't have any bollards, unfortunately. These houses here, ooh, yellow number plate? No, yellow number plate. I will stick with Jersey. Now, both Denmark and the UK use yellow number plates, but obviously in the UK it's more common. Yeah, I'm just going to stick with it. Can't see beach to the north or to the south. And no, this was in... What? Okay, this was in way up north in Scotland, near Thurso. And that's not what I was expecting, to be honest. Although the steep roofs make more sense, because it probably does snow quite regularly up there. And I've been fooled. That's why it kind of looked more like northern architecture. Yeah, I guess we got the correct country, but not really standing for much when we're this far away. Pretty much as far away in Britain as you can get. Okay, and we onto the last round here. We can still get 21,000, so let's go for that. We have some poles here. Should be You know what? I don't want to say just yet. Let's check out over here. Should be Brazilian poles, I think. And we should be in the Amazon here as well. Almost feels like Southeast Asia, but with this like dirt color. I don't see us being in Southeast Asia, especially with this kind of pole. Yeah, and a lot of palms, so we should be in the Amazon. That's my main thought at this point. And so, let us guess. So, I struggle to differentiate between here, Manaus, and down here. This could maybe look like there. We're going for the 20k here. I think I'm just going to leave it where I left it. Kind of feels more like on the river to me. But let's find out. Let's find out here. And ooh, I don't know about this one. Yeah, it is along the Amazon River, but or one of the sub rivers, one of the downstream rivers. But we are a good way away. Yeah, unfortunately. So 2,100 points is not enough to get us to 20k. But 1, 2, yeah. Where's the other one, actually? Oh, yeah, there it is. So, we had one good guess up there. We had a decent guess here, and a good guess here. So, yeah, I do like this map. I think it's, it definitely, like, has, like, a certain kind of formula behind it. Obviously, you're never just going to get, like, a plain old round in the middle of France. It's always going to be interesting rounds. So, I do like the map for that reason. And, yeah, I definitely enjoyed playing it. So thanks very much for watching. If you made it to the end, be sure to like and subscribe, leave a comment, help out the algorithm and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I think that was a fun map. I could definitely return to that one in the future. And I will see you guys in a video very soon. Catch you later.